Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how controller absolutely slaps in Season 2. I'm going to be talking about all the advantages controller has with the current meta and the way everything's played, and show you guys why controller really is OP here in Season 2. And real quick before we get into the video, I have a weekly V-Buck giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 2,000 free V-Bucks. So if you guys want a chance to enter that giveaway, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Turn on my post notifications so you guys can get notified for every single new video. And as well, leave a comment down below of either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And you guys will automatically be entered into the giveaway. Also, if you guys would like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is to plug in my code. My code is YoungHumor, and I really do appreciate all you guys who have me added as a creator in the item shop. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so here I want to be talking about why controller in Season 2 is really strong, and to be honest, it's completely unfair and overpowered. I'm going to show you guys exactly why controller really is as strong as I say it is, and all the current metas and the way the game's played really is heavily focused and gives a huge advantage for controller players. So the first one being, and it was the update 2 weeks ago, I don't know if aim assist was broken or if aim assist was really good and then it kind of got nerfed or whatever the case may be. But aim assist now is extremely strong. You just saw in the first couple clips, I was beaming kids from range, and before that I was never able to do that on linear settings, because as you guys know, with linear settings it is very difficult to track and to hit players from very far distances with your assault rifle. And that was the biggest downfall with linear as opposed to, I guess, exponential or legacy. People would play an exponential or legacy so they could hit those long range shots, so they could be a lot more consistent in the mid range. But now I do feel like playing on linear is very possible when it comes to long range, especially during my stream. And a lot of clips you'll see, I'm absolutely beaming. I'm just triple headshotting people with SMGs, and I'm just going in, absolutely destroying every player I'm going against, and my aim has never been better than ever. Of course, because the aim assist is just a lot better. Like I said, I don't know if the aim assist was broken or if they gave it just a little bit of a buff, but it feels really good. I'm able to hit a ton more shots, and I'm deadly accurate from any range, whether that's close range, far range, whatever the case may be. And you know it works when you have PC players coming into my live streams talking about aim assist this, aim assist that, nerf aim assist. You know that it's bad when you have PC players complaining on Twitter, when they're complaining everywhere about how OP aim assist. That's how you know there's something right. And there's something OP about the way aim assist is at its current meta. So I don't think it'll change. I think it's going to be the way it is. So aim assist right now is very good. I've been able to hit a lot more shots and be a lot more accurate, and a lot of PC players do seem to complain about it. So in that aspect, controller really is very OP here in Chapter 2. And of course, the next thing I want to talk about is the current meta. So I guess the biggest thing that you guys have probably seen in any sort of Fortnite video, any sort of anything, people are talking about the mythic guns that are in the game. So you have the minigun, you have the drum gun, the Scar, I think they have the heavy AR, the boom bow. But when it comes to these weapons, they are extremely good close range, especially when you talk about the drum gun. If you are a controller player who plays linear with the drum gun, I mean, look at that laser. Oh my god, I'm telling you, man. I was not able to do that before the update. I'm telling you, I was not able to hit shots like that before the aim assist update. I'm telling you. But like I said, if you have a drum gun, so you have the mythic drum gun, and you play linear and on controller, it's over. I mean, you are going to be shredding through people's boxes, shredding through players time and time again. I think I have a few clips towards the end of this video where I was just ripping guys with the drum gun. And like I said, man, it's super overpowered when it comes to playing against these keybot and mouse warriors that just spam their builds and edits. I mean, it is extremely OP. I mean, here I'm just using the regular SMG, just ripping through other players extremely quick, and I'm just going off. So that is another reason why controller is so good, is because the weapons in the game, the mythic weapons, are extremely good if you can hit your shots. And of course, when it comes to the drum gun, the Scar, the heavy AR, the mythic ones, the thing I really like about them is their fire rate is increased tenfold, meaning that they shoot so incredibly fast time and time again, meaning that if you're a controller player and you're able to have very good accuracy, you're going to be able to win countless gunfights over and over again, especially if you get, like I said, the drum gun especially. But I mean, if you have a mythic Scar, or maybe even the minigun, which I have seen and have tested, the minigun is very overpowered as well. I think any of the mythic gold weapons are extremely good. but especially the minigun. I would say the minigun, the SCAR, and the drum gun are my top 3 as far as the most overpowered ones to use on controller. So those 3 weapons alone, and just, I would say the percentage of games that I've won after I've gotten the drum gun is probably like 80 or 90%. I mean, it is literally over. The second you get it, it is so easy to just rip players time and time again. And also another reason why controller is just completely unfair, and it's a really good advantage here in Season 2, is going to be the fact that they took traps completely out of the game. Because the amount of times, I mean, you guys who play controller, I mean, you probably, anyone knows the amount of times you have gotten spam trapped by PC players. I don't know what it is about controller, and you guys have noticed it as well. It is very difficult to place traps on controller. I don't know what the case may be, but I feel like my traps literally just don't place. They're just obsolete when I play on controller. I don't know if that's just like a bug that's been in the game forever. It's just, or maybe I suck at the game. I don't know. One of the two could be a very good possibility. But when it comes to the traps, the amount, especially when you play keyboard and mouse and you can whip your mouse, from the, you whip a mongrel and you throw your mouse from one side of your desk to the other side. I mean, you can spam traps within, I would say, a tenth of a second. You can have like 10 traps up and the other player is immediately dead. There's nothing you can do. And it's just kind of frustrating because the guy camps in a box for 10 minutes. I finally just say, screw it, I'm going to push him. And then he trap kills me with like 50 traps. And it's happened time and time again. So they took traps out of the game, plus they added weapons like the drum gun. I mean, GG's. If I get in someone's box, that's a wrap at the end of the gunfight. And that's going to be my go-to, especially when you're playing against keyboard and mouse players. Your biggest advantage is when you play controller is maybe those long-range AR shots if you're able to hit them, and those very, very close-range gunfights. Not necessarily box fights when you talk about the editing and flicking and all that, but if you get in someone's box, I'm telling you, it is extremely OP. You're going to be ripping through players over and over again. You're going to be hitting triple, quadruple headshots with your SMG. Your shotguns are going to be just popping them for all your damage. And, I mean, look at that. I mean, the guy couldn't even turn around. I mean, he just freaking ripped him. And I'm telling you, man, controller is the move. The move for Season 2. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people from keyboard and mouse switching the controller. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I feel like with all the advantages controller has in, I guess, the current meta, and of course, the meta can always change. I mean, there's no telling, maybe the next season, everything else changes. They bring back traps. They bring back bounce pads, and whatever the case may be, you never know. They can change anything at any point. But as far as right now, controller is the wave. I mean, you even saw not too long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, a controller player won a pretty big tournament. I think he won like 100 grand or something. Some insane amount of money that he won from that tournament, and it was a controller player. So controller players are kind of making a comeback here in Season 2 because PC players have always been dominating tournaments and just pubs and just everything, but now controller players really do have a big advantage, or I wouldn't say a big advantage, I would say they have a more easier time to, I guess, go off in games and go off in competitive matches, just because the way the game is, the way the guns in the game, just pretty much everything about this season. No traps, drum gun, you have really a spam W key controller meta. Well, I guess it's not necessarily, I mean, it's a little bit of a spam, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, when it comes to people box fighting, PC players box fighting, I mean, that's my go-to play. Spamming is, people hate on it, but trust me, like right there, if I would have tried to hit some crazy flick shot edit play, I mean, the gunfight would have lasted like 10 minutes, but instead I end it really, really quick. I whip out the minigun, and look at that guy, I got 200 HP, maybe 150, I just ripped him down to literally 0 in a quarter of a second. I mean, if you can hold the gunfights close range and get in someone's box if you play on controller, I mean, you've basically already won the gunfight, unless you're fighting another controller player and then they have a chance. But if you're going against a keyboard and mouse player and you're close range with your drum gun, the other player has just a normal loadout, I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be winning the gunfight. I mean, this guy can't even compete, and this guy can't compete either. I mean, the drum gun just shreds through builds, shreds through walls. And man, I'm telling you, Season 2 is about to be very, very fun for those of you guys who play on controller. But anyways, that pretty much wraps up the video. Those are kind of like the 3 major points that I wanted to make, because I feel like in Season 2, the controller players really do have some sort of an advantage. They really do have a chance to compete and play very, very good against other players. So I wanted to make this video showing you guys, I guess, the meta and also the advantages that you can have for those of you guys who do play on controller. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those post notifications so you guys can get notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.